While we've got the New York train at the station, let's keep rolling with it, but switch gears to
Take a
Major
bite
League
out of the
Baseball. How about this for an overreaction? The Mets have obviously been plagued by injuries this season. They're now 20-26, sitting at third in the NL East. Yoenis Cespedes, one of those players, he's been out for the past month due to a hamstring injury, but he has started his rehab assignment. Do you think the Mets turnaround starts when Yoenis Cespedes returns, or is that an overreaction?
I think it's an overreaction. I think it's certainly going to help. He completely revamped this offense when he came over at the deadline in 2015, that big push that led the Mets towards the World Series, which was sort of completely out of left field.
Yeah.
He's the best hitter in this offense. And as much as Michael Conforto's been great this year, it makes Conforto's job easier. It makes Jay Bruce and the rest of these guys, it makes their job easier when you have a real thumper in the middle of that order. And that's what Yossi is. But I think there's enough issues at the back end of the bullpen with the starting pitching rotation.
Yep.
Other guys throughout this lineup, I just don't expect, and I think it is an overreaction to expect that the Mets are just going to click into high gear once Yossi comes back. It'll help, but I don't expect them to go on some, 14 out of 20 tear and start challenging the Nationals in the East. In the end, I think they are the second best team in the East, but it's a bad division behind the Nationals. Nationals have such a leg up and such a great start on the year so far. I don't see the Mets competing for the division. I think if they get lucky and the OC can carry this offense, you can get Thor back at a certain point weeks and months from now.
But then it might be too late.
They might have dug themselves too deep a hole. I just think by the letter of the law, it is an overreaction. I think Yossi's back and boom, there go the Mets taking off. He's going to help, but I don't think it's going to completely Jekyll and Hyde this team.
Yeah, I think I kind of have a feeling that we're going to have to wait until next year to see the Mets kind of really come back into their
form. What will the Mets look like come next year? Will they make some moves? Will they kind of give up on the Steven Matz, Zach Wheeler train? Are they going to make a move at the deadline this year? A lot of interesting things to come from New York at the top on down. From is Terry Collins going to be there? I mean, he's got 9 lives. He's the cat of all major league managers. And, from a lot of different angles here, what is the rotation going to look like? What's the offense going to look like? Are going to sell at the deadline? Can Yossi revamp the offense? I don't know. I think that is an overreaction, but a very interesting team with some of the roster moves they have ahead of them over the next year and a half.